Do we have anything else before I adjourn this meeting and we continue on the 27th out in Lahaina at 9 o'clock in the morning? Oh,
Chair.
hi, Member Rollins Fernandez. And then after that, Member Paulton, you can go. Go ahead.
Mahalo, Chair. I think mahalo to all the testifiers that came out today, and mahalo to all my colleagues for amplifying the issues, concerns, and ideas that you each have heard. And I really look forward to being out on the West Side on the 27th for a continuation of this meeting to hear more from more community members that were directly impacted. My question is for you, Chair, and I just wanted to clarify this process that we're going through in your committee for my own clarification and for the public that's following. So for today, we will be adjourning, and then that way we can open testimony back up again at the next great committee meeting on Tuesday, September 27 at 10 a.m. at the Westin. And then the intention of this committee is to gather all the ideas, concerns, issues, and then figure out amongst ourselves how each council member will take up the ideas, concerns, issues in their committees and special committees, task forces, and all the groups that we'll create to try to address the situation that we're currently in. And then from there, we'll likely develop legislation or work collaboratively in bringing the administration to our meetings so that the community will be able to hear the answers to their questions that we perhaps as a legislative branch don't have the answers to, because it's more the administration that's working directly on a lot of these issues. And then from there, we'll continue to do this work and advance legislation on the community's behalf. Is that an understanding? Is that a correct understanding of our process?
Yep, pretty much. So yes, today's meeting will be adjourned, and then on the 27th, we will start at 9 o'clock.
I'm still waiting for them to upload that video. As soon as they upload that video to their site, I'll try to share some from that too.
Out in Lahaina, and so for the public, if we adjourn today's meeting and you've already testified, you can still testify again on the 27th. So today's testimony does not limit you from further participating in our next meeting. So yes, today's meeting will be adjourned. We will start again from scratch on the 27th at the West Maui, at the Westin Maui Resort and Spa in Kaanapali. And then to further answer your question, yes. So this committee is going to, and its staff is going to figure out how we navigate and we best structure our meetings going forward. So the first few meetings, we are going to hear from the community and hear all of our testimony and kind of get those organized. And then internally, we are going to organize and structure our meetings in this committee going forward. And then work in concert with the other committees that we can have some sort of cohesive movement forward. And so we're not just, all kapakahi, and we're kind of working together, because we don't want to redo what admin is doing and B, miss anything. So collectively, as a council, we'll work together with both admin and state and whoever else we need to in this committee, as well as the other committees, and do whatever makes sense for everybody. So if it's what Chair Lee said, is making special task force in each committee, I'm sure we're all happy to do that. If it's one large one to create small ones, I'm sure we're all happy to do that. So, luckily we have never dealt with something like this before, and we will probably figure out what works best collectively. And I'm happy to hear from all the council members to see, what works best in this committee as we can best assist you folks going forward. So did I miss any of your other questions? You had it.
No, it sounds great. Mahalo for your good memory in remembering all the points that I brought up, and I want to thank you and Chair Lee for Chair Lee, for coming up with this idea to come up with this comprehensive, collaborative plan so that we each aren't being duplicative, but really complementing each other's work. There was a question that Member Johnson asked earlier about having the administration here to answer questions in your committee. But my understanding is that's premature, that we're just collecting information now. We're going to divide up the work, and then from there, we would start to have the administration if that's something that the committee wants to do.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we will probably have the admin come here and hear from us and have some specialty people come in this committee as well as we collect ideas and help us create ideas in this committee, and then it be dispersed out to the different committees. I'm not too sure how many meetings we're going to have with this resolution, but it is safe to assume we will have several. However, I'm happy to chair however many we need to best work with you guys as other committee chairs as well as the community. I'm extremely flexible, and I hope everybody is too as we figure out how best to move forward. So if we have admin in this committee, I'm happy to host that. If we have admin in your committees, everybody else's committee, I'm sure you guys are happy to host those as well. And then we can probably have broad discussions in this committee and then specialized discussions in your folks' committees.
Okay, so mahalo, Chair. And then this is my last question, and anyone can, contribute to this as well, is, for like the West Maui Community Plan and there's something else. Oh, the Maui the Water Use and Development Plan. We stopped having committee meetings during the committee week so that we could complete this work. Is that something that we as a group, as a council, want to do, since it's kind of like we would figure out a plan and then we would execute the plan? And so if we continue to have our committee meetings, kind of as, you stated, kapakahi, that there's not a really organized effort to try to figure out who is taking lead on which ideas, issues, concerns, that we should likely figure out this plan first, and then we continue to move forward after we've figured out who's doing what.
Yeah, thank you, Member Rollins Fernandez. So I flirted with that idea in discussions with Casey and everybody else. We were trying to figure out how this goes first, and then I didn't want to ask for anybody's time without really kind of vetting this process through. So if you're happy to do that, if anybody else is happy to do that, I'm happy to chair, over a substantial amount of time so we can have some direction. Which is, I think, what we were talking about, but we haven't made any official decisions. But I do appreciate that. And like I said, I didn't want to ask for you guys to give up your time without really knowing how our meetings are going to be structured. So we will keep in contact, or at least, not to violate the sunshine law, but Casey, guys will keep in contact, and then we can figure out how to make this work best. Thank you.
Mahalo, Chair. And I would be happy to give up my meeting time so that we can get this plan done first, and then we move forward knowing what we'll be taking up in our committee. Mahalo, Chair.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions?